Welcome back to Dad's Garage. Today, I'm going to start with kind of a funny little story. It wasn't funny to me at the time, but little funny story. So, I recorded a video 3 weeks ago on how to install a catch can on one of these Dodge Chargers. In this case, it's the Scat Pack. The whole time I recorded the entire installation, I had forgotten to turn my microphone on. So I ended up with a video with zero sound. So I had to just trash the whole thing. I wasn't going to take it all apart and do it again. But what I'm going to do is, now that I'm 3 weeks in with this catch can, I'm going to tell you what I did to make the installation. I think I can do the same thing without, just kind of showing you, just kind of point it out to you. It's a very easy installation. It took about 10 minutes. But we're going to pour this catch can out. We're going to see what we got out of this catch can in 3 weeks. Now, before we get really started, I want to say please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe. We really appreciate y'all doing that. And let's get going on this catch can. Alright, so there's this beautiful catch can. This is a Billet Technologies. They are not the cheapest. I got to tell you that up front. I know you can get some catch cans for around the $100 mark. But if you start getting into these different iodized aluminums, it's not only going to take a long time to get the order here, but it is also going to take some money because it's not cheap. So what I did on this one, obviously I wanted to do the dark blue because it best matched the car color, but I also added in the braided hoses, these ends, and really that's just for looks, to be quite honest with you. Really doesn't do anything other than just dresses it up a little bit. And then there's a couple of brass fittings. So basically all you do for the install, we'll start with that piece. So for the install, it is simply removing this one piece right here. So this piece used to go from here to here, fit in there, and then I ordered the brass fittings, and it's just a coupler. You push it in the rubber piece, rotate this around, push it in the rubber piece here, and then you push your hoses on, and then you go into your catch can, cut off to the proper length, and go into your catch can. You have one bolt down here where you bolt it down, and that's it. You just have to pop this little clip out where these wires, where it used to, the wire went in the bolt hole, or the little clip went in the bolt hole to hold the wires, but you just pull that out, put the bolt in. And that's the extent of the installation. So it's super fast. So the first question I had with catch cans, when I got into these Mopars and started, I bought one, of course, the first Scat Pack last year that I bought, and then you start doing all this research for the little things you want to do to it, this and that, and I kept seeing catch can over and over and over and over again. I'm like, what is catch can? What's the point of the catch can? So basically what's happening with the catch can is, this is your PVC system is basically what it is. So what you're doing here is you are just basically, it's supposed to recirculate exhaust gases, but and you're basically dumping it right back into the intake is what's happening. The problem with that is, if it were only gas, that would be just fine, but it's not just exhaust gases. You're getting blow by, so you're getting some oil through it. So what you're doing is you're putting that oil right back into your intake system, and over time that does start to gunk up the intake system, which diminishes the amount of airflow or the smoothness that the air flows through there, so it can start hurting your performance. I've also heard in a lot of cases where it will cause the knock sensor to throw a code because it's not reading properly, because you have that coating of of oil and gunk back in your intake. So the idea with the catch can is that is going, any of that blow by, any of that stuff that's coming by is going to get caught and filtered in the can. And so the only thing that comes back through is the gases, which really is the original intent, is to just recirculate that gas. So let's take this catch can, drop it down, and let's see what we've gotten in the 3 weeks that we've had this on the car. And you do need to dump these regularly, and I already see fluids, so I know that we've caught fluids. Yeah, here we go. So here's what we got in just 3 weeks. That is disgusting. And I have seen some of these. This is just the oil that's bypassed for the most part. I've seen a lot of these that come out and it's really milky, and that's just mostly motor oil that would have been shoved right back up in my intake. So this thing is definitely working. There it goes. All right, so now we've seen what the catch cans catch. So some of the questions that you may have are, one is answered already. Does it really do anything? Well, yeah, obviously it does catch that. My biggest concern was, well, does it do anything to the warranty? So I called the dealer because it's going in for an oil change soon. Because I bought it was a little cheaper to buy the oil changes up front than to even do them myself. So I did buy the first 5. So it's going in pretty soon to get its oil change from them. So I called them up and I talked to him. I said, does catch can, if I add that to the car, does it do anything to the warranty? And he said, absolutely not. He said, actually, we recommend that you put a catch can on the car. So I thought that was kind of insightful, just to hear him say that. So it does not harm the warranty, according to the dealer, and they recommend it. They think it's a very good thing to add to the car. So I'm super glad I did it. Again, you can get these things starting about $90, but some of them just kind of dump it down in there. They really don't filter it. And the idea is that the liquid drops at the bottom and hopefully doesn't get sucked back through. But if you get a better one like a Billet Technologies, then you're going to have one that actually has a filter in it. And it's just beautiful quality. But you're going to be set back about $230 for one of those. If you want one that's, not just plain aluminum color, if you want it, a specific color, and you want the extra hose and, and things like that, the extra things to it. So it can set you back as much as about, even a little more than that if you want some additional things. You can get, metal braided hoses and stuff like that if you want to get real fancy with it. But I think you'd probably top out about $300 if you went for absolute top one. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope it answered some of your questions, because I had the same questions before I installed it. And now that I see after 3 weeks what we've already collected here, I'm actually very glad I installed it, because I don't want that back in my intake. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please, again, give me the thumbs up and please subscribe. I'm going to keep bringing you content. You know, the more people watch videos, the more thumbs up you get, the more comments you get. That helps communicate to a creator like us, YouTube creators. It helps us to understand what you all want to see and what you like. And that helps me a lot too, because again, I'm new at this. I've only been doing this 11 months. I'm still extremely green at it, and I'm learning, you know, every day about what I'm doing with this. So, you know, any of that input that you all have is very helpful, so I know what direction to go with things, because right now I'm just kind of doing whatever I think, you know, kind of things that I have questions about, things that, you know, that I've learned or, you know, learned how to do. I'm sharing it back with you. So that's the way I continue on with this journey. But, you know, anything you guys can input is super helpful to me. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you next time here on Dad's Garage.